Pitfalls to avoid?
Pitfalls to avoid. One, again, just setting your expectations. You're going to put up a video, unless you already have a huge community somewhere else, email, website, Twitter, something, don't expect it to take off. People look at it. Even now, I still have expectations, right? Like we're doing 1,000 subscribers a day on the channel. It's like, it's not enough, right? Like, why are we so slow? We got to be, But I'm also extremely grateful for what we've done and what we have so far. So like kind of balancing those two. But a lot of people stop too soon. A lot of people, they make 2 videos and they're like, well, why is it not working? Like, well, you've done 2 videos. Like, you got to do way more than that. 2, so 1 is false expectations. 2, not being too critical on yourself in the product and you being on camera. It took me 700 videos until I wasn't embarrassed by myself on camera.
Oh, yeah?
700 videos. 700 videos. It's crazy. Most people don't even make 700 videos, right? So like you've done 10 videos and you look at your result and you think that you suck. Like, well, dude, like that's nothing. 10 videos is nothing. And the challenge is you might look at somebody that you look up to. You might look at Tony Robbins or Les Brown or Eric Thomas or this interview or whatever, and you're like, wow, that guy is at this level. That's awesome. And you understand what is good because you have taste. And then you can't deliver to that standard, right? Like if you're a photographer and you see a great picture, like, oh, that's a really good picture. Then you try to do it and you can't because it's your first time trying. And then a lot of people give up at that point. Right? They're like, oh, I can't do that. Okay, I'm producing crappy material, so I'm going to stop. Where you need to keep putting in the work and the hustle. And some people see those better people who are way ahead of them, and they use it as motivation. Like, oh, I want to be like him. I want to get better than her. But some people see it as, oh, I can never get there. Like, I'm not producing good enough work. And so not being too critical on yourself. And the most important thing is to use those people as motivation, but have your success factor is you being better than you were yesterday. Like, is your video that you did today better than yesterday? Your video this week better than last week? As long as you're improving, you're going to get there. Because anything that you do, snowboarding, learn French, cooking, anything, you suck at the beginning. And people are just way too hard on themselves. It took me longer than I think most people. Like, I'm training Alex at my business, Trying to Dance Salsa, to be on camera. And he's like, I don't know, 10 videos in, and he's better than I was, way better than I was at 10 videos in. I think people just quit too soon, and they look at their own stuff. I'm sure, like, you looked at your stuff when you first started, and you're like, oh man, I look terrible. Why am I stuttering? Or I look nervous, or whatever. 700 videos until I wasn't embarrassed. Like, I couldn't watch it. And then 1,300 videos until I motivated myself. Like, I watched the video, I'm like, man, that's really good. I'm feeling that. 1,300 videos though. And now we're at 3,500 or something. Not all of them are live on the channel, but it's a lot of videos. And we're doing over 1,000 a year. So pitfalls, like, you got to be willing to put in the work. And the only way you're going to do it is if you're doing it for the right reasons. Like, you enjoy the process of doing it. You want to get better at it. You see the long-term vision of it. Or if it's just another marketing thing, it's like, okay, it's not working, let's move on to something else. Just like anything else. When you're committed to it, when you love it, you'll put in the work, you'll grind out, and it'll be more successful.
Sounds like it's a lot of mindset, really. Focusing on positive mindset and not comparing yourself against the greats, but comparing yourself about the last version of yourself.
Yeah, and I think as entrepreneurs, like if that's the audience, entrepreneurs who have their own business, I think generally we have a positive mindset. Right? Like, to be an entrepreneur, you have to. If you're a pessimist, like, you would never have started what you're doing, right? It takes a certain kind of crazy person to want to be an entrepreneur. And you're used to sucking at the start, and like your first product doesn't work, or nobody buys your first service, and you're networking and like people don't understand what you do, and you're like, how do I get my first client? And you can't pay, all of that stuff, you've already kind of grown up with it. So I guess just seeing it as an evolution, seeing it as something that you want to get better at, seeing as you're going to put in the practice and the hard work. I think it's easier for entrepreneurs to have success on YouTube than someone who this might be their first risk-taking kind of thing. Yeah. And then you were back to pitfalls. If I had to pick a third, I think make sure you bring on a team. At the start, even like an emotional team to help get you through the hurdles, just like you would as an entrepreneur, whether it's your wife, whether it's your husband, whether it's friends, other people are starting up on YouTube as well, other entrepreneurs. Yeah, just to give you some feedback, to say, hey, like, this is good, you know, because if all you listen to is the voice inside your head, you can hold yourself back from doing a lot of great things. So surrounding yourself with some people who can boost you up when you need it. And then, you know, once you're past that stage, bringing on people to help you build and grow the channel, right? Like, I recognize that I'm not a great videographer and I don't want to be a great videographer, right? I don't want to learn that skill. I don't want to be a great editor. I don't want to be a great researcher, right? I want to be in front of the camera and share my message. Yeah. And so surrounding myself with people who can do those things has helped me get to 3 videos a day, has helped me really explode. Where a lot of people just try to do everything themselves always, and then you're stuck with 1 video a month and not getting the results that you want.
Their own bottleneck.
Yeah. Well, and like, it's a common problem in any business for entrepreneurs, not just making YouTube videos. Like, you got to get out of your own way and focus on what can you be the best in the world at, and go all in on that as much as possible. Where most people spend, 10% of their time when they can be the best in the world at, and 90% doing stuff that they really shouldn't be doing. Yeah. So, hire you guys, hire an editor, hire people to help them make their dreams come to fruition.